Hello friends, Chris Angel coming at you with another episode of Marketing for the Rest of Us. And we're talking about limbo again today. A couple days ago, I did an episode on limbo, being in limbo, and because it was resonating with people. And I wanted to follow up because I had a conversation with somebody today about limbo. And I realized there's more layers to unpack here. So let's refresh on limbo. First of all, limbo, if we look at the hero's journey and we look at how we live life, there's a moment where we go, there's life, we live it, we gain results, we gain skills, we learn what we didn't know before in our careers, and then we get up here in our career, or in relationships or whatever, we get up here and we start to be disenfranchised, disinterested, frustrated, angry about the way it is, right? Maybe our career isn't what we thought it would be, our business isn't going the way we wanted it to, and we've tried a lot of things and we're just super frustrated. And what we've decided is, I'm not doing this anymore. And so we cross over into this place of not doing it the way we did it before, and we enter into this place of limbo. And limbo is this very disorienting place. It's great because we've committed to not doing it the way we did it before. We're not willing to sell our soul anymore. But it's bad because we don't know what else to do in such a way that it would feel like a self-expression or a reflection of what we really want. So limbo is this very uncomfortable place because you can't really produce results in limbo, right? You don't know who you are in limbo. You don't know who you are in this place that you have chosen to be, because you've chosen it because you chose not to be in that place, the place you just came from. So here's where I want to take this conversation. Inside of limbo, so how do we get out of limbo? Well, limbo is about identity. Limbo is about you coming to an understanding or an ownership of who you are. Sometimes it's remembering who you are or were, right? The best qualities about you, the best places that you produce a result. And sometimes it's about reinventing who you are, still bringing the best assets and strengths that you have into a new way of being or a new conversation that you want to lead. But either way, you getting out of limbo is about you getting clear about who you are in the conversation you want to lead. Okay, that is how we get out of limbo. Now, this is a counterintuitive, because you might find the conversation that you want to lead in the world, but then you're not going to have immediate results. And this can lead you to feel like you're still in limbo, right? You're like, man, I really want to do this conversation in the world, but I don't have any results. Nobody's responding. Like, there's a lot of stuff that happens then after you find the conversation you want to lead. There's a lot that needs to happen to produce a result. But the fact that you don't have results does not mean that you are still in limbo. Okay? The minute you have identity again, the minute you remember who you are, what you want to do in the world, now you are out of limbo. Now, that means that what's next is to go produce results. And in order to produce results, you've got to know how to frame or structure the conversation you want to lead now that you have this identity in this conversation, okay? So I wanted to clarify that today because it's important that you realize how to get out of limbo. Getting out of limbo is not about you hustling and grinding to go produce a result, make some money. Now I've got money and I'm out of limbo. No, if you do that, if you hustle and grind and produce money without a sense of who you are, you will find yourself right back in limbo. You got some money. In the short term, it gave you some breathing room. You said, thank God I have money. And then when money dries up, you're like, crap, who am I? Money gives us this false lift. When you have money, it gives you a false lift and it takes your eyes off of the fact that you don't know who you are. And when the money dries up, we come back to this like, what am I doing with my life? Who am I? Where am I going? How am I going to get out of here? So the answer then lies in not hustling and grinding. The answer lies in finding out who you are in the conversation you want to lead, okay? It's not as hard as it sounds, like, right? Like, who are you? Let's find out who you are. That can be very, that can feel like a big task, but it's not as hard if you have guided instruction, right? So my invitation to you, if you want that kind of guided instruction, is to apply for my 6-week course, right? My 6-week Groundswell Method Intensive, where I actually work with you and a group of others, a small group of others, to find this conversation for you in the world, okay? The place to start if you want to have that type of coaching is to go through my free course called Marketing for the Rest of Us. And you can start the free course at groundswellmethod.com right now. Thanks for hanging out with me today in this episode of Marketing for the Rest of Us. Until tomorrow.